What's up, beautiful people? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you are new here, hello, welcome. Thank you. There goes the air. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back on this side of the internet and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Today, I am doing a reading challenge to increase my page count. I do subscribe to a few Patreons, and Jan from Jan 𝐿 is doing 10K pages in 10 days. So far, day one was almost successful. I had 827 pages. Today is not looking like the day that it will get done, but let's talk about some of the books that I will be reading that I've set aside for this readathon now, or this read along or challenge, whatever it's going to be. So this isn't 10,000 pages that I have set aside, and I'm sorry if you hear the air. It is over 100 degrees and I'm burning up, so I'm gonna go through it quickly. I started this yesterday, or it started yesterday, July 1st, and so let me talk about what I read yesterday. I read Pretty. I finished this. It is a memoir by 𝐏𝐶𝐵 5 stars. Love that. The Ballad of 𝐿𝐸𝐿 𝘮𝐻𝐻. I gave this 4.5 stars. I flew through this. Loved it. It just came out last month. I also read A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. I gave this 3.5 stars. So that is what I read. Total, based off my calculations, 827 pages. So I almost made it to 1,000. My goal is not to hit 1,000 pages every single day. My goal is to hit at least 500 because I need to catch up. I need to catch up. I'm way behind on my reading page count, and I need to get it together. I woke up around 5:30 and then I fell right back to sleep and woke up at 9:30. So I read book 1 and 2 of the Legends of the Lotus Island. This is The Guardian Test. This is Into the Shadow Mist by Christina Soontorvet. I loved it. Gave it four stars, maybe even 4.5 stars. It was really fun for a middle grade book. I'm really enjoying it. Right now I am reading Gideon and the Ninth. I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a good time. Gideon is so sassy, and I love her smart mouth. I love how she pops off to people and like her responses are just so sassy. Really enjoying it. What the plot is, no idea. You have all these houses and they're starting to cut right now. They're starting to come together. So I stopped at page 143. I'm just really enjoying the dialogue between the characters, and how they just like, I don't know, they have such a smart mouth in it. I've been laughing. I really have. So I also checked out Harlow in the 9th and Nona the 9th. I have been introduced to these characters already, and so Demon Unrest by Erik Larson. I have not read The Devil in the City, I believe. I used to own it, but then I gave it away for Teacher Appreciation Month, and so I found this at the library and wanted to check it out. So that's a extremely chunky book. And then I really want to get into Paul Tremblay, so I read the Ghost one yesterday, which was about possession, and I really enjoyed it, but then I just predicted it. I just knew what was going to happen. And so The Cabin at the End of the World, I have this one. The Beast You Are, and I'll be reading this as well. Paul Bear Club, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I also got I'm Afraid You Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. This one as well. And then I also have Ryan Cahill in his entire series. This book alone, which is the 3rd book, is over 1,000 pages by itself. So that's going to be a weekend book for sure. This is book 2. And that, I want to say that's over 800 pages. 879 pages. And then I have the book 1, which is only like 400 or 500 pages. Yeah, about 500 pages. 523. I also have The Fall. I've already read this on Kindle. He gives this book out for free, but I'm going to reread this It's super short. These are all the novellas. So this is the prequel of the series. And like I said, I read it on Kindle, but I'm going to reread it. That way I can annotate it. And then I have The Ice. I want to say that this is book 2.5 or maybe 3.5. This is the newest edition. And then I have 𝐿, which is 2.5. 1.5. 1.5, 2.5. Maybe. This is a big chunk of what I'll be reading for this reading challenge. The other thing that I have is a box from Broken Binding. The 𝘏𝑚𝑏𝑡𝑟𝑒𝑚𝑏𝑙𝑎𝑦, because again, I am reading him. I've never read 𝘏𝑚𝑏𝑡𝑟𝑒𝑚𝑏𝑙𝑎𝑦, so I have 4 of his books and I wanted to read a total of 5 to see if he would be my new favorite author. And so I did order this special edition from the Broken Binding. I also just got on their subscription list yesterday. I'm really excited about it. I've been waiting over a year. I filled it out again for the second time. I want to say back in January. Somehow I got lucky. I don't know. But they wrapped this so well. Here goes the... and then the bubble wrap. Of course, Broken Binding always gift wraps their books. It's such a special touch, and their editions are already amazing. Their artwork is already amazing, but then they add this whole other experience. Ooh, the texture is so nice. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the scales are for, but we're gonna find out. Here goes the end pages. It's more scales, more scales. It looks like it's multimedia. And then it is signed as well. Let's see what the naked cover looks like. Oh, it's just a plain naked cover, which is perfectly fine. So those are some of the books that I'll be reading. To read in between, I'll probably pick up some manga. I'll probably pick up some middle grade books, just to split up the genre. So that's what I have so far. So when I have an update, I'll let you guys know. Morning. It is Wednesday, day 3 of this reading challenge. I just want to update you guys on where I'm at. Yesterday I finished some books and I completed a total of 887 pages. I know that I'm not going to be able to hit 1,000 pages, but I'm trying my best to attempt to hit 1,000. My goal is to hit at least 500. And so let me show you what I've read so far. So yesterday I read Legends of Lotus Island. This is the Guardian Test. Read this one. I read this one. This was 160 pages, 151 pages. And so read that. I also read Gideon in the Ninth. Now, I've heard about this book so many times. I've seen people read it and I've always wanted to. I always wanted to read it. Finally got my hands on the entire series from my library, and when I tell you I'm buying a copy, I chuckled and laughed, and the main character just was, we could be friends in like real life. We could be friends. Now there's like skeletons and nuns and so many other things, the level of betrayal in this book, but the whole book we're following Gideon in the Ninth and a bunch of other people from the Ninth, and they have like these houses. So is there a first house or something? Yep, so first house, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth house. And you follow some characters from each house, and they have to go to, Gideon wants to escape and she wants to leave, but she was told by the princess, I believe she's a princess, that she needs to help her with this competition. And her name is Harlow. or she's the daughter of someone. I don't know. But Harlow tells Gideon that she needs to help her with this competition and the trials against all of the houses. And so I laughed so much. I had such a good time. I finished this in like 5 hours. It's less than 500 pages, 448 pages, and I will definitely be buying a copy. Today I read and I listened to My Darling Dreadful. I'll go ahead and put the cover here. I gave that 4 stars, really enjoyed it. It was creepy. The mama issues, and the mama was a piece of crap. And I wanted to fight her throughout the whole book. But we're seeing flashbacks between, you know, some events that happen, some relationships that happen, and then the current scene where she is meeting with a psychiatrist to get her diagnosis insane while she's on trial for murder. And so I really enjoyed that today. And I have started Children of Blood and Bone, so I'm only like 40 pages into that, and Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I will be reading these 3 today. So let me calculate how many pages that's going to be, because honestly I have no idea. All 3 of these books, if I'm able to complete them, it puts me at 1316, which is going to put me well over at that 1,000 mark, or 3,000 mark for the 3 days. And so I definitely want to do that. I forgot to mention that My Darling Dreadful Thing, I read 128 pages yesterday, so that's the whole 887 pages that I read with all 3 books. All 3 books was 887 pages today, or yesterday. And today with finishing My Darling Dreadful Thing and all 3 books of Tomi Adeyemi, that will put me at 1572. And I'll add all the numbers here because I have no idea. I'm not a math person. But I'm gonna continue listening to Children of Blood and Bone. It is now 1:52, and so I go on lunch break pretty soon, and I will probably read as much as possible while I eat, and hopefully we'll get to Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I don't hear great things about this finale, but we shall see. Hopefully it's decent. At least I'm not hoping for the best. My expectations are low. I'm just hoping for decent. That's all I'm expecting at this point. But yeah, that's my update for this reading blog, and when I have another update, I'll let you guys know.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew.
I come bearing updates. I have finished Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I know I already said this, but I definitely already said this. I read 256 pages of My Darling Dreadful Things, and so I am at 1,204 pages for the day, which is crazy because I didn't even start until after 10. But I'm not complaining. I'm really not. Tomorrow's going to be a lot better because I have to actually get up early instead of sleeping in. So I think that I'll be able to complete a lot, even though it's a holiday, the 4th of July. I won't be doing anything, so I am going to sit and read. It is 11:47, so I'm not going to get much done, but I'm going to sit and read Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I'm going to see if I can get the ebook first. That way I can put it on my Kindle stand and go from there. So morning. It is Thursday, July 4th. Happy 4th for those who celebrate. I don't, but if you do, happy 4th. This morning I woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, got dressed, and it is 8:06. Sash reads had sprints this morning for in the evening for them. I'm so bad at time. I'm so bad at time frames. Excuse me. I'm full-born American school system, and but I want to say it's late, like super late for her. So I read 50 pages of I read 50 pages. I have no thoughts yet, so I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know that it's not getting the best reviews, but that's neither here or there. Let's talk about what else I'm going to read today, because this is, I wrote down that this is 368 pages for the physical copy, but it's only 356 for the ARC. So I wonder if there's like a glossary missing or something. It does have a map, which I can appreciate. So let me show you what else I'm going to be reading today. So I have a few options here. The Demon of Unrest by Erik Larson. I told the librarian that I would return this by tomorrow, no, by Saturday, and I haven't even started. It's over 600 pages, no, almost 600. 569 pages. I know that this is, it's set right after President Lincoln was elected president, and it says that slavery fueled the conflict, but somehow the passions of the North and South came into focus on the lonely federal fortress of Charleston Harbor, Fort Sumter. And I've never heard of Fort Sumter, so I am going to have to follow along with the audio. And then Divine Might by Natalie Hayes. This was gifted to me by HarperCollins, and so, or Harper Perennial, and I have yet to read it, but I love Greek stories. I really do. Or Greek retellings. So I'm looking forward to this. It says that it's centered, a female-centered look at Olympus and the Furies, focusing on the goddess who prowls in passions and jealousies and desires rival those of their male kin. And I'll be reading that probably this morning, maybe. And then I am going to start my reread of The Fall. This one is super short. It looks like it's only 89 pages, and so I'm gonna read this on my lunch break, and I probably won't finish it because it's only 45 minutes, but I'm definitely looking forward to rereading this and jumping back into the world. I'm gonna make some coffee because I'm gonna tip over and go back to sleep if I don't. So I will check in with you guys when I have an update. Hello, it is officially day 4, and I have read nothing at 12:14 p.m. I'm not complaining. I needed a break this morning. I make pancakes for the kiddos, and so I'm on my first break from work, and so I just wanted to talk about some more books that I'm adding to my list of books to read. I figured I wanted a genre change throughout this, but I didn't realize it would be this big of a change. Where's my phone? So yesterday I read a total of 14 1,441 pages. I'll put it here. I read Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Demon Unrest. I read 206 pages of this before DNFing it. It just is not for me. I'm going to take that back to the library. I also read Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I'm not even going to bother to go get the book. I gave it 1.5 stars. Please don't ask. I also finished During Sprints, The Fall by Ryan Cahill. This is the prequel to the Bound and the Broken series. I was able to tab it, and I will continue that series this weekend. I also read City of Witches, which is the Lotus Island middle grade book. That was 130 pages. I read that on my Kindle. And then Midnight Ruin, I listened to the audio and follow along with my Kindle before falling asleep. So that is a total of 1,441 pages. I know I'm like super ahead. I think I'm well over 4,000 pages, and then like I said, it's day 4. So today, what am I reading? Thanks for asking. If I can get to this, I will be reading I'm Afraid You Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. I don't have an audio for that, so I'll be physically reading that hopefully after work. And then it's time for me, because it is officially, no, it's day 5. Oh my gosh. Why was I saying day 4? I'm officially reading all of the rest of my Paul Tremblay. I've already read A Head Full of Ghosts, gave that 3.5 stars. And then based off of what I want to do it in publication order, it would look like this. So Cabin at the End of the World, no. So actually it would look like this. Cabin at the End of the World, Paul Bear's Club, and The Beast You Are. I just got a notification yesterday, I believe, that my, oh, and then I have, how did I forget? I have, oh my gosh, how did I forget this one? And so I take that back. So it would look like Cabin at the End of the World, Paul Bear's Club, The Beast You Are stories, and then Paul horror movie, which I don't like how Paul Tremblay's name is down here, but it's up here for the rest of the books, but whatever. I don't own them. So I just got a notification that Devil's Rock is available for me to pick up, and so I'm going to use all of this to, not only for Summerween, but to get through my page count. So I'll start the Cabin at the End of the World as soon as I'm done with this video, and then I'll probably move into Devil's Rock. I know that its publication is backwards, but you know, I don't have that with me, so I have to go pick that up. Happy that I'm not like drastically behind this 1,000 pages a day, and I don't mind making it up on the weekend. So once I start reading the Bound and the Broken series, those books are humongous. I know that whatever, if I struggle today with hitting 1,000 pages or even 500 pages, I can make it up tomorrow. So giving myself grace. I'm acting like I don't have a full-time job, you know. So all right guys, when I have an update, I'll let you guys know. Day 6. Summerween is officially in full force. It's my first year doing Summerween, so I'm just going with the flow, honestly. So I want to talk about the books that I read yesterday, which was Cabin at the End of the World yesterday while I was at the library, and I gave this 3 stars. Maybe even 2.5. I did not, it was okay. It slowed down towards the middle and I did not enjoy it as much. But, you know, it's a book. it was an experience. I really am just trying to find the type of book that I really enjoy with Paul Tremblay. I've read Disappearance at Devil's Rock and by Paul Tremblay as well. I gave this 3 stars when I finished it, but then afterwards I just kept thinking about it, and it's heavy on grief, and this is my biggest fear. Not bugs, not rodents, not snakes, not anything. Losing my child and grieving with that is the biggest fear of mine, and so I'm gonna bump this up to 4 stars. It was just too predictable. I knew when the story was unfolding, and I made the prediction like 20% in, or maybe even sooner than that. Probably, I want to say I was around 17% where I made the prediction of what was going to happen, and sure enough, that's what happened. But the grief in here with a loss of a child was heavy. So, I also read And Then I Woke Up by Malcolm Delvin. I enjoyed this. It's super short. I really enjoyed it. I have no complaints. I think I remember being at a point where I was like 50-60% in, and I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. You know, get to the point, but the way it wrapped up, it was done really well. Gave it 4 stars. So this morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I finished the 𝘐𝑯𝘴𝘵 Club. I understand why this is everyone's beloved book by Paul Tremblay. I immediately finished this and wanted to reread it again. Again with Paul Tremblay in grief. Paul Tremblay with just emotional trauma of what people experience. The health concerns of a child that, you know, you're raising, and then the loss of a parent. And you have this friend that has this horror element to them where you think and believe that there's something else. There is a deeper meaning behind that, but I love this book. I finished it and then went back to 70% and reread it again because I was just like, I need more. But it just, I wish this was a series, but I understand. And like I said, I really, really enjoyed this, gave this 5 stars. I am also listening to an audiobook. What book is it? Divine Might by Natalie Hayes. This is a woman-led book who just shows the shittiness of men and how they want to control women's bodies, and how powerful women are. That's the whole book, essentially. And I think we know in the world that we live in, from no matter, you know, what day and age it is, men have been trying to control women, their bodies, their actions, what they can do, what they cannot do. Not only that, within this book, you also see each Greek god, woman really stand up for themselves and use their power that they do have, because even though they're told what to do, how to do it, what kids to have, and who to marry, and all of these things, the power that they have really shows within these stories. And so I'm sitting at a 3-star right now. I'm also like get to the point, but I think I'm at that. I think I've read so many books lately within this challenge that I'm kind of like, speed it up. Speed it up. Give me some more action. So that leads me to, it is now Saturday, and I've been putting this off for a whole week. This is 525 pages. This is book 1 of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. There's a prequel. I've already read the fall prequel, but there's a short novella that's like 28 pages. I'm going to read that, and then I am going to read this chunker of Darkness and Light by Ryan Cahill. I will literally be in bed all day. Canceled work this morning just because I was so engulfed in the 𝘐𝑯𝘴𝘵 Club that I was just like, I'm not getting out of bed. I'm not. So cancel work, and now it's time to read these nice chunkers for the rest of the day. I do want to update you guys on how many pages I've read. Let's see how many pages I've read so far. So day 1 I read 827 pages, day 2 887 pages, day 3 1204, day 4 1441, day 5, which was yesterday, 766 pages. That puts me at 5,125 pages. While I've been listening to audiobooks, I know I showed you guys the other day that I started crocheting an elephant. It looks weird, and I probably did too many rows, but I'm not taking it down. So this is what it is at this point. I started working on the body last night while I was listening to Paul Tremblay's book, and so today, this morning, while I'm listening to Divine Might, I worked on the feet. So this is what it's looking like so far. It doesn't look the best, but once we put the ears on, I'm telling you, it's going to be so stinking cute. I still have to do the arms, but I probably won't do that today because I'll be annotating and reading. So that is, you know, that's what I've been doing while I've been sitting here listening until my ears bleed. Books, I also have the small tail that goes on the back as well, and I'm gonna show my daughter how to sew all of these on, and then we'll probably give it away because I don't know what to do with it. But that is my update so far. I don't want to make this super long because this video is already it's going to be 10 days, and so time to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to get my annotations ready for this book and dive into it. When I do have an update, I'll of course let you guys know, but so far this is my plan for the next few hours. It is now 7 o'clock. 7:07 to be exact. And what have I read? Nothing. I was supposed to start this. I'm sorry if you hear the vacuum. The robo vacuum is going. So I started listening to it just because I had to make a run to a family member's house, and so I am technically 97 pages into this, but I'm starting over so I can tab it. The author will be in Dallas. The author will be in my city in September, and so I want to tab this. So 500 pages. I want to get this done tonight. It is, like I said, it's now 7 o'clock. I think I can get most of it done. I'm going to find somebody sprints and go online and start the book. So I'm going to order some food. I'm not going to cook dinner. Order some food and just sit here and read. That way I hit my 1,000 pages for the day and my goal of finishing this. I really should have been done by now, but I left to go to a family member's house and I started doing my daughter's hair, and you know, life was lifing. So here we are. All right, that's the only update that I have at this time. Unfortunately, nothing really. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my bed and no, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna clean off my bed, and I will be using these color tabs. I prefer the 5. Yeah, I prefer the 5 count because I don't end up using a lot of them, and so this works really well. I'm gonna put it on the book. This is a Bookmate, I believe it's called. If you were wondering, I did have problems with this coming off, but otherwise, you know, once you super glue it down, it sticks on the book really well. So like I said, I'm gonna get comfy, clear off my bed, and get started on this, and that's pretty much it. All right, hello, welcome to my bathroom. I'm so sorry. This is the only place that I can escape to right now. So I wanted to update you guys on Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. Yesterday I was able to read
222 pages. This morning I woke up and I read an additional 73 pages this morning. I just got back from work I am going to quickly shower, get all the nasty stuff off of me, and I am going to put on a face mask and sit and read the rest of this book. I have sprints in a few hours. Hopefully I can make a dent in this. The next book is gonna be 700 pages if I'm not mistaken, and so I want to get done with this as much as possible. I love this book. I told myself that to read 150 pages, just do what I can, because things got crazy and I wasn't reading yesterday, and so I was up till like 1:30 in the morning, and then I turned around and woke up again at 3:45, went to work at 5:30, and so in between that time I read 70 more pages. But I love it. I love it. There's mages. There's a dying magic system that was, they have all of these story tells or things that they thought were myths but are actually true. Wolves, yeah, anyway, these 3 boys go through this ceremony where basically they're like sent off into the woods for a few days, and they have to learn how to survive. So, you got to make it out on the other side of the forest or something like that. And so, of course, being in a forest, things are going to happen. Things are going to pop off. One person gets injured. And then afterwards, they have these They have these 𝘐𝐸𝐴, I want to say they're called. And nobody has seen them in over 2 years. So while they're in the forest or in the woods, they find not only 1, but I believe 3, and then 2 died. So they took the head of the 𝘐𝐸𝐴 and brought it to their council, or brought it to their local council, and they all celebrated the boys making it and becoming men. And so afterwards, the boys go to another town to go celebrate, and things start popping off. Things are popping off. They find this guy who is so intriguing to him, and he keeps catching his eye, and the guy is looking at him while he's trying to play games in a bar or a tavern, and he goes outside. The boy goes outside, and this guy, his name is Eric, he gets into it with basically it's like law enforcement. I forgot what they're called. But basically it's law enforcement for, whatever. And so they've been tracking Eric and his family and Eric and his crew. They've been tracking him for a while because they have something that they want. And sure enough, they meet him. They're outside, and the father of Eric was like, we're not going anywhere. And you can't have what I have. So Colin, next thing you know, is helping Eric, who he does not know at all, helping him fight the popos. And so here comes everybody's like, what? Who is this boy? And da, 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 da. Because they know who Eric is. They've been looking for him. And so they find out who he is. They show up at his mom's house and his dad's house, and things start going, popping up from there. There's a lot of grief in this book too. Of course, with all of that, these knights and whoever, basically I'm calling them the popos, okay? They gonna be the 5-0. They gonna be the police in my head. They took out the whole family, and I was just like, oh. Anyway, So there's also mages and there's dragons, but then like the dragons have died off again. There's like this magic system of a spark, and it kind of reminds me of like the 𝐏𝐸𝐳𝑚 by Brandon Sanderson. And I'm loving it while they're on their journey to try to find this, you know, safe haven, and people are after them. People are after the boy. People are after the one of the other boys because he can tap into the spark, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm loving it. Like I said, right now I'm at 295 pages in. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna jump into book 2, and I might jump into book 3. But we shall see. There's some novellas. There's a novella that's after book 2, if I'm not mistaken, and then there's a novella after book 3, which I do own. So I'm really excited to be able to, you know, have something to keep me going in this world. I know he's working on book 4, and it should be published next year. So I am going to decompress and, you know, get all the nastiness off of me from work and jump into I'm gonna throw on my thunderstorm sounds and sit and relax and read. That's my plan for the rest of the day. I will worry about tomorrow's problems tomorrow. I forgot to mention, let me get the lighting right. Okay. I forgot to mention that today, well, that's my dog. Today while I was working, and yes, I'm in pajamas. I'll be in pajamas the whole day, the rest of the day, okay? While I was working, I was listening to 𝐿𝐴𝐺 by Deanna Raybourn. I read book 1 of the Veronica Speedwell series, and I really enjoyed it. I love that her characters have so much personality. And I love a good, and I say this all the time, I love a good sassy character, okay? It gets me every single time. So I finished that book. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I love that they were older characters too. Gosh, maybe I should raise it more than that. I just found it I found the ending predictable. I'm going to stick with 4. If I change my mind, which could possibly happen, I'll definitely let you guys know. But it is time for me to sit down and read. I'm going to sit here for the next 4, 5, 6 hours and read my book. It is 1:18 p.m. 1:19 p.m. on a Sunday, and I'm going to put this on, relax, you know, get in my zone before I have to start sprints. My kid is outside playing. I don't have to worry about that right now. This is what I'm going to be doing. I know I look crazy. Whatever. I don't care. I'll check in with you guys when I have an update. All right. Good morning. Excuse the oily face. You know, skincare and all of the things. I don't like dry skin, and I know it's linked to aging, so plus all of my ingredients. Either way. So I wanted to update you guys on where I'm at. Okay, I finished Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I read 10% of White Teeth and percent of White Teeth, which I did not correlate those numbers. I'm gonna start those over. I am still counting that. So I want to say it's around, let's say 50 pages. So I'm at 908 pages because Killers of a Certain Age, 319 pages of Blood and Fire, and 171 pages of Darkness and Light by Ryan Cahill puts me at 908 pages. So I was still 80 pages short of hitting 7,000. But what I'm going to do is I'm headed to work. I am going to take the train today. and hope I make it there on time, because at this point I have about I might be about 10 minutes late or so, but whatever. I'm not bringing this chunky book to work with me. I am going to bring my Kindle. And so I downloaded a book. Let me see. What is it called? Jonesing for Love of Marina Motif. It is only 100 and something pages, if I'm not mistaken. So like 140 pages, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check Goodreads. I'm going to read on my Kindle while I'm on the train. I'm going to bring white teeth, and I'm going to start that over because I don't know what happened. I was reading it and I'm like, what's happening here? I don't know. Supposedly it's a really good book and it's funny, and I want to read it, and it's on my 24 for 24. I couldn't tell you what happened. I really couldn't. So I don't think it was my time, and so now I'm going to bring that to work. I'm going to bring my Kindle to work, and hopefully, you know, have a good time. Okay, I have really gotta go. What's up, beautiful people? It is 7:43. You can't see the time. I am home, and a package was at my door. Oh, I got a pen. This is Knit by M.T. Anderson. Ooh, so they gave me a pen. I also have a map. New novel, Knit, is based on the strange but true story of a group of thieves who set out to steal a sacred corpse of Santa Claus from his tomb in Turkey. Come travel with them across the map of a vanished world as they lie, betray, bamboozle, and even occasionally fall in love with hysterical and yet historical novel of monks, saints, bones, tomb robbers, and plots gone wrong. Love that. Thank you so much, Penguin Random House. And so this is the finished copy that they sent. Just all black. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know I've seen this cover several times. I did not know what it was about, but this pen, first of all, I love all things skulls, and this pen is just kind of popping. It really is. Let's talk about what I read. White Teeth. I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. The commentary and the dialogue, I enjoyed it. Not enough. The whole time I was listening to it at work, and I was just like, please hurry up. Hurry up. I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I did chuckle a couple of times, you know. I want to love Zadie Smith. I do. I didn't love this. So that was 448 pages. 448 pages. I am on page 109 out of 119 or out of 118, and this is Jonesing for Love by Marina Motif. So I am 92% finished with that on my Kindle. And then this morning, before I went to work, I read a total of maybe 30 something pages of this. So I'm going to shower, decompress from work, and start reading this. And that's my only plan for the day. It's almost 8 o'clock, so try to read as much as I can. We shall see, hopefully. Wish me luck, because I need to escape. I need to escape into a good book, and I'm gonna finish this and then jump into the book. So, alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye. Good morning. Sorry if you hear the air. I am so behind on this reading challenge, but that's perfectly fine because my initial goal was 500 pages. So I've surpassed that every day. So patting myself on the back. Where am I at? Yesterday, day 8, I read 448 pages of White Teeth, 118 pages of Jonesing for Love, and a total of 139 pages of Darkness and Light by 𝘬𝘤𝘠𝑚𝑔. I ended up falling asleep. By the time I got home, showered, ate, it was like 8:30. And yesterday, I was going to take the train. I was so convinced I was going to take the train to work so I could read. No, that did not happen. By the time I got to the train station, the train, like the train stopped. The arms are coming down. The train was about to leave, and it was not going to show up for another 20 minutes. So today I'm on time. I'm on time. Last night I ended at 360 pages of Darkness and Light. I'm at 529. I am tabbing the crap out of this because it is high fantasy. I am loving the bond between Colin. Is his name Colin? Colin and Valeris. I am loving and I am eating it up. It is giving me everything that I need, and so that's where I'm at right now. However many pages that is. I had the pleasure of chasing my dog this morning, and that was super fun. I am listening to, on my walk, chasing my dog, I am listening to 𝐿 We Became. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't, I don't think it fits any prompts of Summerween, other than a thriller or horror. And so I'm listening to that. That's going to be my audiobook for the day. I'm also going to download the ebook because I do have access to that as well. So I'm going to take the train this morning. I'm going to bring my tabs. I'm going to finish this book. Tomorrow, day 10, I have off, and I am going to read the beginning after the end. I want to say these are manhwas. No, they're not mangas. They're something else. I don't remember the name of it. But I've been eyeing these at Target for quite a bit, and so I want to read this. After that, because I have the day off, I will be jumping into 𝐸 𝑤𝑎𝑟 I literally all day I will be reading. I have work in the morning, early morning, but I'll be done by like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning, and so for the rest of the day I'll be reading this. This is a total of 1,026 pages, and so between these 3, I'm sure I can get caught up. This challenge has been so rewarding, and I'm so grateful. I was in a really bad slump where I was barely reading anything, and I've been so behind on my page count. So shout out to Jan for challenging all of us if we wanted to join. I appreciate it because, like I said, I was in a really bad slump. I couldn't pick up a fantasy book, a high epic fantasy book. I've been trying to read the Malazan, and I stopped after I read the prequel, and then I stopped after book 1, and now I'm ready to like dive back into big chunky books after this slump that I've been in. So lots of productive things is about to happen. Okay, I'm going to catch up. After day 8, I'm at 7,475 pages, so I'm at least 600, almost a little less than 600 pages behind. Again, that's okay. I'm gonna catch up. Hopefully today, you know. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, I am so sorry. This is so cricket. I am so sorry, but I just got home. It is 8:03 p.m. I took the train, and I'm just getting home from work, and I want to finish this book. I read 100 pages on the train. The battle scenes, oh my god. We've been seeing so many different POVs, and they came together at the end, and y'all, I'm here for the dragon.
like I'm here for the journey. So I want to finish my book. I have probably about 10 pages left. I am going to hop onto someone's sprints and I'm going to finish this book and probably even start book, well, I'm definitely going to start book 3. I finished that other book. The title's not coming to me. It's a YA horror. I'll put the cover here. Finished that, gave it 2 stars. Did not like it. Either way, I want to get to this book. I want to finish this book. I almost missed my bus stop. I almost missed my train stop because I was so engulfed in this story. I'm loving it. It is phenomenal. So I'm gonna hop onto Sprints and I am going to just finish reading this book, and then I'm sure it's going to be an epic conclusion, and then jump into book 3. How many pages I'm at, I don't know, but I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. Like, for me, that's all that matters. Okay, depression, who? Okay, fantasy, yes. Okay, all right, let's go. What? 5 stars. Hello, beautiful people. It is day 10, the final day of this reading challenge. I wanted to update you guys on the numbers because, you know, math is not my strong suit. So I want to talk about the numbers and what I've read so far. I've already shared, but the numbers were off just by a few pages, and so I just want to correct them. So I'm going to tell you the page count and not the books, because I've already explained those. So day 1, 182 pages. Day 2, 887 pages. Day 3, 1,204 pages. Day 4, July 4th, was 1,441 pages. Day 5 was 766 pages. And day 6, 787 pages. Day 7, 858 pages. Yesterday, which was, day 8 was 705 pages. And then yesterday was 1,117 pages. 1,117 pages. Making it a total of... Let's talk about what I've read so far on day 10. I've read beginning after the end. It's almost 200 pages. There's no page count, so I have no idea. Oh, here goes 27. I'm only 41 pages into this. I also started late at night when I could not sleep, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia for Fairies. It's okay. I'm enjoying it, but I find the main character pretty annoying. So I am 240 pages into this. And then, of course, let's talk about the book that I've been talking about for the last couple of days. Or the series I've been talking about for a while now. I am 274 pages into this chunky book. I have every intention of attempting to finish this, but it is now 3 o'clock. I am going to sit in this chair. I just had lunch. I'm going to sit in this chair and I'm not going to move until I make a big dent into this. And we are literally just going to be sprinting. long sprints. Like I said, I want to make at least a significant amount in this book. At least 800 something pages, if not more. I might switch over to finish this book because I'm almost done. Almost. Barely anything left. Looks like I have 90 pages left, so I'll go ahead and possibly finish that, but this is my main priority, and so I do have the audiobook that I am following along with it to try to speed this process up, but I am still short. I probably will be short by midnight, so we'll see what we can, you know, get out of. I still have to work in the morning. You know, I gotta still have all the responsibilities, but I'm sure I said this before, but I'm just really happy to get back into reading because I was in a massive slump where I could not really sit and enjoy a book. I was reading good books, it's just I wasn't enjoying them, and so this series and the connection that the main character has with the dragons, I absolutely love. I absolutely love the connections that they're making. My favorite character, 𝘠𝘠, is hilarious. There's another character named Dan who just stops non-stop, and the reaction that it reminds me so much of my kid, and it's just, oh, I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast with it. 𝘠𝘠, every time 𝘠𝘠 shows up, I'm laughing and chuckling, and she is she's so funny. As an assassin, it's just like, I would not expect such a hilarious, well-developed character as an assassin who is just hilarious. I enjoy her character so much. She is my favorite character so far. Her, 𝐿𝐴, Valeris, of course, and what is his name? Theron? No. The text is so, and this book is so small compared to the other books. Theron, I was right. Theron is my favorite elf. So definitely 𝘠𝘠, Theron, 𝐿𝐴, Valeris, Dan are my favorite characters. This is going to live rent-free in my head. I usually don't remember characters, but I am having such a blast. This is a must read, I will say. I gave it 4 stars, but it's more of a 4.5. It definitely was fast paced. It was definitely an amazing fast paced. You have to read it, because after you read this one, then it opens up and it's like, oh, so you understand like the power that the elves have. You understand within this book, you understand the hurt that they have gone through. So far, I am absolutely loving it. I wish I was reading it a lot faster than what I am, because like I said, it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to start sprints pretty soon, and I am going to just be reading for the rest of the night, and then switching back and forth. I really want to see what my end page goal is at the end of the day, just so I can, again, continue challenging myself. Will I continue to read this many pages? Probably not, but I think hitting 500 pages a day is completely doable for me. When I am driving, I am listening to audiobooks. When sometimes I'm working in between claims. I need a break from audiobooks, that's for sure. I do have a love-hate relationship with them, where I can only listen to someone talk in my ear for so long. I can definitely see myself just, you know, instead of getting off work and just crashing, you know, knocking out 200-300 pages and trying to complete as much as possible. I'm up early in the morning anyway. In the past couple of months, I've really just been watching shows and TV and just not utilizing my time, and that kind of made me fall out of, it kind of put me in a slump of not wanting to read. And so now that I'm back, I will be reading a lot more, and I want to definitely jump back into Malazan. I'm ready for it as soon as I finish this series. There's another novella after this book. The author does do novella. And after book 3, there's a novella called Ice, which I think that's going to be 𝘸𝑪's story because his name means ice. And so I'm really looking forward to that and learning where did 𝘸𝑪 even come from, because we haven't got that background story, but I'm sure it's in that novella. So here, put my headphones in and read as much as I can. So I just wanted to give an update. I just finished Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia for Fairies, of Fairies. And so I just finished this. This is 335 pages. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. Probably a 3.5, maybe a 4-star. I'm definitely going to continue the series for sure. I'm going to finish this because I'm 40 pages in. So I'm going to quickly finish this, and this is 191 pages. So that puts me at 527 pages once I finish that. Now, as far as this book, I'm at 445 pages. So right now I'm sitting at 971 pages once I finish this. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'm going to jump back into this. Currently have sprints going on right now. We have 25 minutes left. So I want to see how quickly I can. I'm not sure if I can finish this in 25 minutes. Definitely going to at least try and then jump back into this. This is probably so far sitting at a 4.5. There's an amazing build-up and so many great POVs. I know I'm going to get there. This is everyone's favorite book of the entire series, and so I just know it's going to be phenomenal. And then I'm going to jump into the Ice afterwards, but I do want to see how many pages I get to today. I think I'm meet 10,000. To meet 10,000, I need to read like 1,400 pages. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, but who knows. It's 6:47 right now. I'm probably gonna be up all night, at least until 11:30, and then after that I'm gonna call it quits. So we have, you know, quite a bit of time, since it's almost 7 o'clock, so at least 4.5 hours to see how much I can get done and how much I can read. So what's up, beautiful people? I'm so sorry if you hear the air, but it is hot. As I sit in a sweater. It is midsummer, end of July. I finished the challenge. I'm so happy about it. It is done. It is over. And I wanted to close out this vlog because it's over an hour. Day 10, I read 1,180 pages. I did have that day off, and I read a lot of the 1,000-page book, and so I was able to hit that 1,000-page mark. Shout out to Jan for allowing her patrons and telling her patrons about it. I'm so glad that I was able to participate and actually learn something from this. So I learned, one, that I am still a fantasy sci-fi girly. I love brutal fantasy with a lot of fighting and battles. I learned that I need to do better about my time management. I knew that already, but this solidified it, where I could be reading a lot more. Instead of scrolling on Instagram. I could be knocking out goals. These reading goals in my page count for the year goal is 100,000 pages, and so I could be doing that. Am I? No, because I am scrolling on the Instagram and scrolling on social media. So learn that. I also love dragons now, thanks to the Bound and the Broken series. So I have a weighted stuffed animal. I absolutely love it. I got this from Target, and I'm thinking about naming him Valerius because it's blue and 𝘸𝘀𝘴 means ice. And I love 𝘸𝘀𝘴. I still have yet to read the third novella, which is Ice by Ryan Cahill. I don't want to leave the world. I don't want to have to wait almost a year for book 4. So I'm just going to wait on that. I just want to briefly go over my favorite books of this entire series. Of course, The Bound and the Broken. Book 2, Light of Darkness, and book 3, War of Ruin. By far, amazing. I cackled, gasped, had such a fun time. Now that's a dragon book. That's a dragon book that I can get behind, and clearly I need to read more dragon books because loved it, was obsessed with it. I hated that Wings of Fourth Wing. I hated Fourth Wing. So I definitely need to read more fantasy dragon books. Another one, Paul Tremblay. The Pallbearers Club is going into my top 10 book of the year. I don't know where it's going to fit, but I absolutely loved the book. I've already ordered an edition for myself since I was borrowing it from the library, but I absolutely loved it. I am still thinking about The Disappearance at Devil's Rock. That book had me terrified. It is my biggest fear, and so I was terrified that entire book. Those are probably definitely my... Let me think of one more. Oh, Getting in the Ninth. Those are my top books of this entire reading challenge. I loved Getting in the Ninth. That was such a fun time. I saw some special editions, but they are expensive, and I wasn't willing to pay that much. But I will be getting in the Ninth, Nona and Haro, the Ninth. I still have yet to read the other 2 books, but I definitely will be doing that hopefully soon, since I already have them checked out from the library. Yeah, this was such a fun time. I loved it. 1,000 pages. Super ambitious, but definitely doable if you're able to. I have not listened to an audiobook since then, and thank God, because my ears, I cannot. And so I am enjoying reading again, and I needed this. I needed this to get me out of a slump. So, final page count. Drum roll. 9,767 pages. Yep, 9,767 pages was my final page count. I was 233 pages away from hitting 10,000. Could I have done it? Absolutely, but I still was working 2 jobs. I went to go visit family. I still took my daughter to her doctor's appointments. All of those things. You know, life still has to go on. I am a full-time single mom, so, you know, I did what I could, but I definitely think that I could have done it if I had not taken a break and started late. Actually read that morning or something, you know, along those lines. Sometimes I wouldn't start until noon, which is, you know, perfectly fine. Life is life. And so I definitely want to try this again sometime, hopefully, maybe later on this year. Who knows? When I'm in my seasonal depression era, maybe I'll try it. Try to get me out of that rut. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!